Hey Cole.
Yeah, what's up?
You know how we know that COVID is kind of getting over now?
No, how's that?
Because your teeth aren't social distancing anymore. That's a lot of hose.
This connection gets us every year. You gotta break your fingernail trying to get that red tab up, and then you can pull it apart. All right. If I remember right, this is Brian type.
Here is Brian should have won, but Cole was allowed to bounce him off and redo. So I want to rematch this summer.
Okay.
Now that my eyes are getting more tired than last year. Here we go. Batching in here.
Oh, it's right here.
What are you doing?
I am lollygagging. So when we were planting, we took this drawbar out because we had all those hydraulic hoses. We were worried when we were moving this 3-point that they were gonna catch underneath and we were gonna rip something out. Yeah, if you didn't know, we're hauling little poo today. And our demo's not here yet. I've been talking about that. We're just doing a little bit today and tomorrow maybe. And then apparently we might get some rain, so we don't want that demo out here if it's gonna be wet.
So you think longer or shorter? There's only 2 options.
I would just put it in the old hole. Can you see a wear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me try to loosen it some more. Now try it. Once that's tight.
It's a deer party, once again. That's what happens when what you need is in the back of the shed. We're gonna hook on to that there H&S manure spreader. Sling a little turd today. I thought I could do it. Woo! I guess check if the PTO does it too. Alright, ready to rock and roll. So we're working on a couple of these smaller piles. There's one here, there's one outside of just random junk. We would start on that, but there's a couple puddles in there and we don't want to ruin our new clay. We're gonna let that stuff dry. But once we get working on those big piles, probably in a week or so, depending on how much rain we get on Wednesday, if we get any, then we'll get our demo coming. I'm not lying to you, it's just things didn't work out with the rain. Actually, I'm pretty surprised. Dad's really not leaving much for ruts. You know, last time it rained was less than 4 or 5 days ago, so I was expecting it to be rutting up, which don't want to do. That just holds water and ruins stuff. But it was so dry, most of it should have just soaked right in. This has got to be some of the most powdery and driest manure we've ever hauled. So you can fit a lot more in there, a lot less wet weight, all dry weight. Good stuff. So we were spreading on some grass that we had about a month ago. I just got back from therapy. So I'm not sure if he's got the gates open to that. It's one of those pastures and haylands that cows ran out of grass. So there's no cows there. We don't got to contend with them running out of the gate. Gotta love that scream of the IVT. Suck it. Yeehaw. We're inching. Alright, here's another one of those spots we put a bunch of clay in. Otherwise, that would have been 2 foot deep, wet, muddy from that recent rain we got. I just love making improvements, building stuff, and that's what we're going to be doing here in a couple weeks. I also bought something. We'll find out here in a couple weeks. It's pretty expensive. I splurged on myself. It's going to be legendary. So we've been spreading on this field for a few years. Started down there, and we've been working our way up. So I'm just going to head all the way down and start working my way back to the center. We don't want to lay it on too thick, so we're not going to lollygag. We're going about 9 miles an hour. So we cut, rake, and bale this stuff. So we're taking large amounts of mass, a lot of nutrients off. So it's awesome to be able to put that back. And it's really awesome seeing that stuff finally green back up after the inch and a half or so of rain we got. Woo! We were needing that bad. I tell you what. It's rough. It's rough in these parts. Ugh. Poo rock. Nice thing about the dry stuff, doesn't smell too bad. But when you get into that brown, rich, moist cow poo, whoo, need a clothespin for that one. Oh, man. My strap came undone. Alright. Should be the last load out of here, and then I don't know what. Might even end up at Jeff's today. He's got quite a bit over there that needs hauled. Knew I was getting hungry. It's almost 12 already, so getting close to lunchtime. It made me think about, I had this conversation this weekend. I was at a wedding. I was with a few friends and my girlfriend Tiffany. The subject of forgetting to eat came up, and I don't understand how someone can forget to eat. Like, if I had a late breakfast, like at 10 o'clock, and then 12 o'clock rolls around, it's lunchtime, we're eating again. It's time to eat. If you're forgetting to eat, you got something wrong with you. I'm sorry to say it, but it is time to eat, so we're eating. And that is all I gotta say about that. This pile we're picking up, it's right behind the bale trailer. It looks like Dad wants to break something today, so. Oh, it's got speed. He amazes me. Sometimes the shortcut ends up taking longer because you bust something up and you got a weld on it. But there's quite a bit of net wrap in here, so we're gonna get a lot of stuff wrapped up on them spreaders. That pile is just from cleaning up around the bales and kind of the spillage and waste from the concrete pad. Ooh, flipping it over the other side. Yeah, it's lunchtime. There might be some brats there might be some brats down in there.
How's your fuel?
Half.
We might go to Jeff's after dinner.
Yeah, sounds like we're going to Jeff's. Oh my god. Look at those beaters now. Absolutely caked with net wrap. Guess we know what we're doing at the end of the day. Whew, get some lunch. What do you say? Back to it. You want to come with? The corn is tasseling. Gonna start making some grain here in a couple weeks. And then here's an exciting sight, seeing, holy, pipe down now. Seeing Jeff's alfalfa pop back. Jeez, a ton of them. After that first cutting, it took quite a while, but now we caught these couple of rains. It might be some, could be better than the second cutting. Holy buckets! Dad got this scraped up about 2 weeks ago. There's 3 smaller piles in here. Take a couple hours. I don't know if we'll even get to the big ones today. There's some massive poo piles up north there. Around this time last year, we were hauling manure to the same field. It looks like there's spots, especially right up on this hill, where it's not greening back up very well. Hopefully we do get that 1.5 to 2.5 inches on Wednesday. You can see the slough down here is really green. This does not rock. He just wanted to start a fire next year when we're cutting hay. That took a lot of time just for one load. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Uncle Jeff Reno. One small pile done. Gotta think of a good would you rather. Are you ready for the annual would you rather?
Annual?
Annual?
That's once a year.
Well, okay. Anyway, would you rather have 30 kids or 0 kids?
That's an easy one. I can't imagine life without kids, so gotta have the kids.
Well, you see, when I was watching Family Guy once, Peter Griffin was giving a little spiel to these, I think he was in a third world country, and he said, the more kids you have, the higher chance one goes to Hollywood, and then who's paying the bills?
I see.
Hollywood kid.
I see.
Yeah.
Is that you? Are you my Hollywood kid?
I'm the closest thing you got to it, I reckon.
And you're low man on the totem pole too, because you're a farmer.
I sweep the floors.
How often is what we're doing right now the profit, the manure we haul out in the field? It happens. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, so after that load of random stuff, you see how much net wrap got on the beaters?
Yeah. That's a good way to keep it out of your field. Spinners, take it, keep it.
Keep it.
Dig it, keep it.
Did you get her full?
Now there's a little spot there, but we'll call that good.
Okay. Get the scoop shovel, fill it the rest of the way.
Fill the corner skull.
That is quite the load. If there were moisture in there, that would be really heavy, but you can definitely feel it when it's dry. Tractor ain't squealing or pulling as hard. Just a little dollop left in that second pile, then we'll start working on that bigger one. I asked Dad, what are we gonna do after that? He said, call it a day. So you never know though with Dad. We got a pretty good cycle going here. A lot of this grass that gets cut and baled, hauled over to Jeff's, gets fed, eaten in that feedlot we're pulling out of, and then just comes right back, just in a different form. That is a big rock. We should probably come out here with a 4-wheeler and pick rock. But taking all that biomass off, all that grass, you're pulling a lot of all nutrients, micros, macros. And I've mentioned it a couple times last year when we were harvesting corn on the yield map, we could see a really good line in a much higher yield area. And in a spot we threw some manure on next to a spot that didn't get any. Dad mentioning sometimes this is the profit when it comes to cattle. Depending on where you look, they say this stuff can be worth about $25 a ton. Each one of these loads is probably a couple $100 in nutrients. One thing I'd like to point out to you guys, next to that subscribe button, if you've hit that already, there's a bell, and if you hit that bell, you get a little ding-dong notification when Sonne Farms videos go up. They are usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, but you'll get notified basically instantly if you hit that bell, and that helps us out a lot with those views, especially right away. Gain traction, helps us be successful here on our YouTube channel and spread kind of, you know, knowledge and information about how we farm, why we farm, and it's just all kind of exciting, helps us out. So if you feel inclined, thank you for hitting that bell and subscribe button. We certainly appreciate it a lot. Woo! We got a bit of traffic coming down a hill with a full load of turd. It took everything this sucker had to stop. Wonder if that's the brakes. Oh, that guy had some lumber, some timber. Thought I was getting shot at. Usually I don't have to worry about things flying off the beater when it's full, but holy, my ears are ringing, that was loud. I don't even know where it hit. Good gravy. Something smacked off the beater, sounded like it launched at the tractor. There's this feedlot, unfortunately, we're cleaning. Has quite a few smaller size rocks in it, so that's the one downfall of putting it on this hayland, because hit it with the cutter bar and the tines on the baler might chuck a rock into the back of the baling tractor too. But you win some, you lose some. Just like my hearing, I think I lost my hearing. Trying to keep from getting pelted with too many rocks, we keep lowering that end gate. There's Uncle Jeff's critters. Like maybe two, and probably three more loads. I'm always too optimistic when it comes to spreading manure. It usually takes longer than I anticipate. Like Ryan disappeared. Where are you? Cock. Oh Lord, let that one fit. It's gonna be close, it's gonna be overflowing. I'm sick of it. So you said Jeff found the rest of his pigs? Yep. Yesterday Jeff had a rodeo, a pig rodeo.
Yeah, like 27 in the pen, and they were everywhere, and he found all but 9, I think, yesterday, and then this morning he found the rest of them.
They ain't as big as a cow. They're hard to see.
Found the cornfield, and they decided to hang out there for a day. And then this morning, most of them were back up by the pen again where they belong. I told him maybe he should throw some apples out, get him used to coming back up, but he didn't need to. So.
I've never seen that before. That looks oily. Wonder if there's a leak or something. Yeah, you can see it's all gummed up in through there. Won't be baling for about a month. Is that it?
I'm going to take the 4-wheeler out and make sure that none of the heifers are caught in the fence, and then I'm going to quit.
Okay.
Check their water.
I think I'm going to go ice my knee.
Why is that?
Swellage.
Swellage at Sonne Frames.
Swellage. Alright. That'll do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.
See ya.